I'm building a workbench for fine woodworking, and I designed it entirely myself. This is the second workbench I'm building, but it's not actually replacing the one that I built 6 years ago. This one. Now this is by far the most complicated woodworking project I have ever undertaken, so follow along for the next couple of videos and find out how it goes. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be talking throughout the entire build, so I'm just gonna let you enjoy watching the build. There are a couple of spots where some things happen that I'm talking about, but apart from that, very minimal voiceover in this video. But before I shut up, I'm just gonna take a moment and tell you a couple of details about this bench. The wood I'm using is ash that was grown on our property. So the barn workshop you see me working in here is an uninsulated hay barn. So some aspects of fine woodworking become pretty hard during wintertime here in Sweden. So this bench is actually going into a small woodworking station I've set up in the basement of our house. Most of the workbench top is 70 millimeters thick or just under 3 inches, and there's a thicker section at the front which is 110 millimeters or 4.5 inches. The bench is going to be about 60 something centimeters deep or in the 24 to 26 inch range, and the width is about 150 centimeters or 60 inches. Now, I did forget one thing when gluing this together. This is the tail vise, and that's the workbench thickness. A bit of a disparity there. I was meant to leave the first board wider to give this something to mount to. I just milled up a wider board that's going to be attached at the front. I marked some dominoes, so I'm gonna get those sorted out now. All right, it's been about a week and a half since my last recording. I glued this thing on at the front, and there's been some changes in the workshop, spun some things around. I noticed there was some twist in this top that I just put together, and I tracked that down to this workbench not being flat. So this had a twist in it. So I flattened this with that big hand plane since then. And now I got ahead of myself and I started to prep this end. Did some cuts with the track saw. So I'm gonna cut these clean, this first cut, and here at the second cut that I did, that's gonna be the shoulder. And I'm gonna leave a little tongue here, and I'll make a groove matching here. Maybe this is where I bring out the router. It's going in. However, I don't think I want to put it in if it's this tight, because I still need to take this off. Hate sawing into end grain of hardwood. Whoa, why is this one weird off like that? Yeah, that's much better. I've 3D printed these templates so I can get consistent dovetails on all my pieces, so I don't have to worry about measuring. But yeah, just double checking, because I did draw those lines earlier. I just want to make sure they're looking nice. And I can also use these templates to route out exactly. And then I've got a matching template for the pins. That's another piece. I can use this as a router template too. And they match pretty well. I did a test piece, as long as they register off the same side. But I'm gonna saw off the bulk by hand. The blade in my coping saw is too thick for this cut, so I can't get in there with my coping saw through the existing saw cut, so I'm actually going to use the Ryoba for this middle one. Oh, right, I should have done the coping saw cut before I took it off. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, there's some cleanup to do in the inside corners, but other than that, these are perfectly perpendicular to the face, looking really nice. Or yeah, and this tail, where my socket was off, is not the prettiest, but this front corner is not damaged, and this front corner is the only thing that's going to be visible. It's going to be interesting to describe, but I have the dovetail template for that, and then I have some chiseling to do. So I'm gonna mark this and cut to those lines. Line this up. It all looks good. I'm happy with that. Ready to go for the full depth pass now. Line this up and see what it looks like. Yeah. So I just heavily chamfer these. There we go. Let's see how this fits. Get something to bang with. Not bad, not terrible. It's a bit gappy at the end of the tails, but I can live with that. It's not going to be visible anyway, so I'm going to be butted up against the wall. And you just saw me finish this dovetail here for this side and the rear section, and this is it on the bench. It's a little sneak peek to what's coming next. So make sure to stay subscribed so you're not missing the next parts of this build. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit like. Next video, we're getting right on to the tail vise and the dog strip. And did I overcomplicate this vise or not? these two joints here, they were my first ever half-blind dovetails in an actual project. I'd done one practice piece before these, and they were really great practice, and I spent a lot more time on them than I probably would have otherwise. Now I'm far from perfecting the techniques for these, but I am getting better and better.
Baby, there is only one way, and that's the slow decay. Get a little earthy with me, I'll pull you down like rain. So tired, I can tell from your shape. Feeling sleepy, yeah, you can beat the slow decay.